Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today's topic is not only for CA Final examinees but also for the ones who will be sitting for the interviews. And today's topic is on SAE 3400, 3402 and 3420. And so without wasting any more time, let's start with SAE 3400. This is for prospective financial information. This SAE, the Standard on Assurance Engagement, is for forecasts and projections. As I said, when a company wants new investors or wants banknote, in short, if the company is in need of money, they will be approaching for the bank or new investors. For them, they will be needing forecasts and future assumptions as to what are the future prospects of the company. Then only the investors will invest on money on you. So as an auditor, the auditor will examine the future oriented data to verify if the underlying assumptions are realistic, commercially viable and properly prepared. And if you are sitting for interview, as interviewers can ask you what type of report you should give under SAE 700 series for SAE 3400 prospective financial information. Under the SAE 3400, the auditor provides a dual layer opinion because the data includes underlying expectations and mathematical formatting. So there will be assumptions and compilations. For assumptions, only negative report. Negative doesn't mean you will be saying bad about the thing, about the company. It means that you cannot completely rely on the client's report. So for negative assumptions, what you will give based on an examination of the evidence supporting the assumptions, nothing has come to our attention which causes us to believe that these assumptions do not provide a reasonable basis for the forecast. You will not say that they are not performing well or they are doing wrong. Not. And this is specifically for Big Four interviews or anywhere. If you are sitting for interviews, they may ask you this type of questions, and also for CA final exams, maybe they can ask you for writing the report. And now, when will you give positive? Positive will be for compilation. Positive opinion will be for compilation. That the client has properly compiled the report. Like in our opinion, the forecast is prepared on the basis of the assumptions and is presented in accordance with applicable accounting framework. So you should know when to give positive report and when to give negative report. Okay. Now, so SAE 3402 is specifically based on forecasts and projections. Now SAE 3402. Now this is very important and very tricky, and many get confused for this. SAE 3402 is for assurance reports on controls at a service organization. Now suppose you are the auditor of the service organization. That means here is SAE for auditor of service entity. Don't get confused. This is based on auditor of service or entities and not for the user entity. For user entity, you have to apply SAE 402. Okay, that is standard on auditing, and now it is standard reporting and not SAE and not standards on assurance engagement. Keep that in mind, okay? Then, so coming back to here, what it means. It means many businesses outsource operations like cloud hosting, payroll processing, IT support to third-party or service organization. So, being the auditor of the service organization, you will use SAE 3402 and this use standard to test and issue a report on the vendor's internal controls. So the vendors into confirming that their systems are reliable and safe for clients to use. Now, interview-based questions and also sometimes ICI tests your reporting knowledge. For that, control SAS for SAE 3402 features distinct types of report, type 1 and type 2 report. Okay, so type 1 is for only a point of time and type 2 is for specified period of time. These are the only two differences, okay? So, whether the description fairly presents the service organization system, whether the controls were suitably designed to achieve control objectives. For type 2 report, whether the controls operated effectively throughout the specified period of time. So, forms of report. Type 1 report is point in, as I said, it is for point in time. Opinion states that controls were fairly described and suitably designed as of a specific date, as on that date how were the internal controls. And for type 2 report, it will be for a specified period of time, like from 1st April to 31st March, like specified period, that is for type 2 report. So it is clear, SAE 3402 is for auditing the service organization and not for the user entity. If you are appointed as the auditor of the user entity, then you have to apply SAE 402 and not SAE 3402. And if you are auditing as a service organization, the internal controls of the service organization, then SAE 3402. Now let's come back to the last one. SAE 3420 is for assurance engagement to report on compilation of pro forma financial information included in prospectus. Now, hypothetical past financial data, that is historical information. Historical information like which is required for IPOs, mergers or acquisitions, like past achievements. Then only SAE 3420 is applied, like it is applied when pro forma financial, keep the word in mind, pro forma financial information in their prospectus. This is a hypothetical calculation showing if this merger had taken place a year ago, what would a combined financial results look like? Like past financial data, it is called pro forma financial information. So when you have to issue prospectus for IPO or acquiring another business, then you use SAE 3420. As an auditor, you have to check whether the hypothetical data is compiled properly and applied the correct accounting adjustment based on the regulation. So you have to check whether the hypothetical data is correct or not. Okay. So So similarly, if reporting requirements are asked in interview or in exam, what will you say? Compilation of pro forma financial information is not to validate the numbers themselves but to evaluate the process of compilation and adjustment. Reasonable assurance, positive, it can be positive. In our opinion, the pro forma financial information has been properly compiled in all material respects on the basis of the as stated criteria or applied criteria. In exam, you can write apply criteria, but in an interview, you can say either of the two. I hope I have made myself clear with this topic, and I hope that it will be useful for your CA final exam as well as for your interview. All the very best for either of your exams and interview, and do let me know in the comments if this was helpful or not. Thank you.